attached to a certain outcome inside of your business because you've probably created a story around it saying like, well, I've been in my business for this many months, or I've been doing it for this long, I've been selling every single day, I've been doing all the action, I've been taking all of it. Why am I not yet at 5K, 8K, 10K, 12? I don't care what the money number is, months. Why is that not yet happening for me? And because of that, you're creating this attachment. You're creating this story to the money of why you aren't there yet. You just have to get to a point where you stop telling yourself that you're blocking yourself and trust that what you expect you get and that things will work out. Hello, my beautiful badass, and welcome back to another Rebels by Nature podcast. I'm your host, Jess Kwasny. Excited to dive in with you today because what we're going to be talking about is a little bit more mindset and spirituality based, because you know that the switch loves the woo. So let's fucking go. And what really inspired this conversation that I'm going to have with you today is from the Blocked to Booked mini mind group tapping session that we had this last week. And it wasn't just that tapping session, but it's also, there's been quite a few times in my life where I've had instances of receiving that which I have asked for, been working to manifest or co-create with the universe, per se. And what we end up doing is when it isn't delivered in the way that we expect, we can sometimes end up discrediting ourselves or our process or that it even happened, and sometimes even end up teetering on the side of allowing it not to happen for us. Okay. So just want to give you a little bit of context here. So perfect example was for one of the women inside the Block to Book mini mind, her goal was in this 6 weeks to make $1,000 in her wellness business. She's had her business for a little bit. She's been in and out, in and out, in and out. And now she's just like really wants to go fucking ham and really start prioritizing her health and wellness business. She runs a marketing business as well too. And now she just really wants to focus more of her time on there. And when she came onto the call this past week, she had spoken about how she literally had $1,000, an opportunity. We'll say it was an opportunity. It's her story to tell, so we're not really going to share all of it. Not that there was intimate details with it, but an opportunity to receive $1,000 randomly that she was not even looking for on her lap. And she just it really affirmed to her how money can come to her unexpectedly. And what's really kind of cool about this is is it 4 weeks into Blocked to Booked? Yeah, 4 weeks into Blocked to Booked, which is a 6-week program, mini mind. And she manifested what it is that she desired. It was just not in the form in which she desired. Okay, so what I mean by that, obviously, her goal, verbatim, and what we've been tapping on and working to clear, release, lock, amplify for her to be able to receive this $1,000 is there was the specificity with, I want to make $1,000 in my wellness business. Okay, week 4, and she manifested this $1,000. Now, what I see happen with so many entrepreneurs, spiritual wellness, mindset, health and wellness coaches, like I'm just going to say like our spiritual entrepreneurs, right? Lots of the times what we can do, and I myself have done this in the past as well too, and I actually had a recognition about it like literally this week. Nope. August 28th, whenever the fuck that was, a couple weeks ago. By the time this comes out, what we can end up doing when we manifest exactly what we want, but not the way in which we want it, we can then discredit ourselves because we didn't receive it in the way in which we intended to. And what that ends up doing is placing a subconscious block from you in the way in which you wish to receive. Okay. And again, I'm a perfect example of this. My client's a perfect example of this. Like she said, I want to manifest $1,000 in my wellness business. And the universe literally gave her that exactly what she wants. And it's so easy for her to go like, okay, again, like I said, to discredit and say, well, yeah, this is great. And it's not that she was not grateful for it at all. Absolutely freaking was. But we can, again, not Is it that it's not that you're not grateful for it when it happens to you, but you almost overlook your ability to manifest because again, you want it to happen specific in a specific way in your life. And so oftentimes what ends up happening is the universe is going to deliver that which you are a match for in the easiest way possible to you. So does it surprise me that she manifested $1,000 in 4 weeks, especially when we've been tapping on releasing, clearing, dissolving any blocks related to that? Absolutely fucking not. Also, side note, if you are somebody who has been feeling blocked in your business where you feel like you're coming up against the same limiting beliefs, patterns, ways you self-sabotage, getting stuck in perfectionism, procrastination, if you feel like you're really, really consistent for a few weeks and then you're not consistent at all, what I want you to do is pause this right now and go book yourself an EFT session. The link is below because believe you me, EFT has changed my life. It has changed my business. It's what's allowed me to scale to 6 figures. And I wouldn't be surprised if we did one tapping session and you signed a client within a week. Okay. That's neither here nor there. Getting back to what I was saying. But like I said, the universe is always going to deliver you that which you are asking for in the easiest way possible, meaning the way in which you have no resistance to. And a lot of times what that comes down to is you have zero attachment to it. So like for my client, this opportunity for her to receive this money like literally came out of the fucking blue. Like if I have her, do I have her notes here? Not that I have to read these exactly to you, but I just want to say how she phrased it. Yeah, she just said, I called in $1,000, comes to me in random ways, and it landed in my lap. And so the reason why, if you feel like you've set, and where I want to bring this conversation to you is around your business and the income that you desire to make inside of your business, or the amount of clients that you desire to sign inside of your business. So the reason why we can end up subconsciously blocking ourselves in our business is because again, why she was able to eat, and this is maybe why you yourself feel like you're you're an expert at manifesting stuff in your real life. And I don't care what that is, whether you have unexpected money come in, you get unexpected money. So whether that be like you overpaid on your taxes, you get a check in the mail, you have maybe your parents gift you money unexpectedly, or like you get a refund, rebate, whatever the case may be, right? You feel like, okay, I am a magnet for money in my life, and almost every single area of my life. Like maybe you're the person who gets I don't know, maybe you always find ways in which like a random person buys you a coffee, you find money somewhere. When you go to upgrade your flights, you upgrade your flights for like next to nothing, or maybe you even get upgraded for, I don't know what the hell it is. Or like for me, example, I've had a flower subscription for the longest time, and they do these random acts of kindness where they add more flowers into the bundle that you don't have to end up paying for, right? So you feel like, okay, why is it that I can manifest like a mofo in my life, but then when it comes to my business, the same thing isn't happening there for me? And the reason is this, okay? There is likely zero attachment to any outcome in your life, which is why, like I said, the universe is always going to deliver that which you are asking for in the easiest way possible, which is why it can be really, really easy for you to manifest in your life like that. And then when it comes to your business, you're like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Okay. You're not doing anything wrong. There is just a level of attachment to the result, to the outcome that you want. And when you are saying, I'm going to manifest $1,000, I'm going to sign this many clients this month, I'm going to have a 5-figure launch, whatever it may be, there's almost that pressure you put on yourself where there's an attachment to it that you don't have in your life. So what I want you to do with this, and the reason why I'm sharing this with you, and actually I'm going to put this into perspective for you and how this played out for me as well too. I believe this was, oh my God, was it in 2021? I think it was in 2021. This has happened to me so many times as well too. So 2021, my goal and what I was really working at sustaining, accumulating, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, but my goal back in 2021 was making consistent $14,000 cash months. Okay. And so was going good all the way up until July. And then August comes and I had like surpassed it. And when I say $14,000, it was anywhere within like $2,000 of that, right? So even if I wasn't quite hitting it, it was like there were some months where I was over. Needless to say, what I'm trying to say, it was averaging out right around that $14,000, okay? A month. Then we get to August. And August 2021. I don't think I signed a new client in August of 2021. I still had like the payment plans coming in from current clients that I had on payment plans. Hi. And what ended up happening is I felt, I'm going to say like distraught. Like I was so upset with myself that I had gone 7 months with 7 months with manifesting it, with working so incredibly well in my business. And it honestly kind of just felt really deflating when I was still showing up the exact same way. And actually, what even like added insult to injury here is I believe in August, I'm pretty sure that I did. I'd have to double check, but like, no, I did. I did a full on live launch for the Awaken Entrepreneur in that August. And that was the first time I think I had nobody join. And there's like, if you go back on my post, you can even see like I wrote about it. It's like what I learned from a failed launch so that you don't have to like failed, right? Like there really is no failed launches. Another story for another time. But I was so upset because I did a live training, ran it, had a bunch of people in, 30 some people. And what the funniest thing is I had a lot of interest, but I kept getting price objections. So like, needless to say, I was not communicating the value properly for those clients to be a fuck yes, let's do this. Okay. But anyway, again, we're just going on tangents here as one normally does when you end up speaking to me speaking to you at a screen right now by myself. Okay. So it ended up the month just feeling like, what the fuck just happened? Like I did everything I was supposed to do. I ran a live training. I got incredible feedback from it, which I did. And I'm not just saying that. Like that's why I was so perplexed, because the feedback that I got from the people who joined the live training, it was like 5 people that I was in conversation with. And I was sure as shit, like 3 of them were for sure going to join. It's just, they even said like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And then like backed out. It's like, you know what? Been thinking about it. Not the right time, all that kind of stuff. So perplexed. I'm like, jaw dropped. What happened? What did I do wrong? And I was more so butthurt about it because I did not continue. Like I was on a roll. Like I said, I was averaging $14,000 cash months up until that point. And this one, like when I say it dropped, well, because I didn't have any sales. So like it really dropped. I think it went down to like a $3,000 cash month or like $2,000 cash month. Like it dropped substantially. The funny thing is, looking back on that now, so yes, I didn't manifest it. I didn't receive it through way of my business. But that same month in August, what we ended up doing is we sold our 5th wheel, which I had bought, I don't know, 3 or 4 years prior. And we ended up selling it for $13,500. So I made almost exactly $14,000 from a different area. But I was so focused on it had to come from my business that I was completely ignoring how I was still able and I was still an energetic match for that exact same amount of money, just from a different way. Right. And it's almost maybe the fact that I put that launch, looking back on, like, I'm just having this epiphany now, like the fact that I was so hard on myself for having a quote unquote failed launch and beating myself up for the conversations that I have and overthinking. It's like, oh, well, could I have maybe handled this conversation a little bit more? Should I maybe like followed up with a few more people? Like all of the questions that run through your mind where you're like, okay, what did I do wrong? And don't get me wrong, there's always lessons to, like, when we're presented with these situations in our businesses, there's always lessons to be learned from it, right? But I almost went into it in a way that was detrimental to me, where I just completely blocked myself off from being in a receiving mode inside of my business, because I was just looking at it from the point of like, what did I do wrong? What do I need to fix? Woe is me. I just like totally shit the bed because now I'm not meeting that. Like I was doing so well. We were on a roll. And now, like, again, I just shit the bed. But zoom out and I manifested the exact money that I wanted, right? And so this is where the lesson that I learned, and like I said, journal right here, what I kind of took away from this, and I'm just another space that I'm navigating inside of my business is moving to those more consistent multi 5-figure months is what I'm trying to say. There we go. And what came through for me here is that sometimes, like lots of the times, like I said, we will. I'm almost going like, I'm thinking like you just butchered those 3 lines so bad. I'm going to go and edit that out, but I'm not. We're going to leave it. Sorry. Like I said, I still received that $14,000. It just came in a way that I was not intending it for. My client still manifested her $1,000. It just came in a way that she was not intending to receive it. And I think lots of the times when we are focused on our business and what we know is possible for us, that next goal that we're striving to achieve, we can discredit the money. We cannot be as thankful and grateful and in celebration of the money that we have still received in other areas because it didn't come to us in the way in which it was intended. Yeah, full body goosebumps. We're channeling now. Thank you. More, please. And so because of that, we end up almost closing ourselves off to being receptive to money coming through us through our business. Not because we can't have it, but because we are discrediting that because we didn't receive the money in way in which we intended it to, aka through our businesses, that there's obviously something wrong with us. We probably start looking like, okay, how am I blocking myself? What is it that I need to fix? How am I limiting myself? What is the story that I'm telling myself? We go into fixing mode when really it was just the universe being like, bitch, chill out. Like, did I not just give you exactly the fucking thing that you asked for? And you are now being ungrateful. Okay. So we're going to stop this right here, right? You will never be able to be grateful for that which you already have. You will never be able to receive when you are not already grateful for that which you've already have, especially when you are being given exactly what it is that you're asking for, okay? So like I said, what can you do when you're in these situations when you're like, Jess, I hear you, but like, what do I do now? Like I said, you are probably an expert manifestor in every single other area of your life, okay? That is the universe showing you how easily you get to receive when you are not attached to the outcome, right? You're attached to a certain outcome inside of your business because you've probably created a story around it saying like, well, I've been in my business for this many months, or I've been doing it for this long. I've been selling every single day. I've been doing all the action. I've been taking all of it. Why am I not yet at 5K, 8K, 10K, 12? I don't care what the money number is, months. Why is that not yet happening for me? And because of that, you're creating this attachment. You're creating this story to the money of why you aren't there yet. Okay. And here's where this little guy ties in. And what I wrote verbatim, I'm just going to look at, I put it on my screen. So what I wrote in my notes was sometimes you just have to get to a point where you stop telling yourself that you're blocking yourself and trust that what you expect you get and that things will work out. Okay. And it's because when things, and lots of times when things aren't coming into your timeline the way in which you desired it to, if you aren't receiving the money you want inside of your business yet, but you're receiving it in other areas of your life, you will discredit that when really that is the universe handing to you on a silver platter exactly what it is that you desired. And what I want you to do when that ends up happening for you is obviously say, thank you, more please, but just allow that to be the proof that like, if you can do that in your life, you can also do that in your business. The problem is the attachment to, I need this result by the end of the next week or else I'm a fucking failure and my business isn't going to work out and I'll never be able to leave my job and go into a full-time. Stop with the stories, okay? What if the very blocks that you feel you have with clients, money, opportunities, anything, it's visibility inside of your business, right? What if the block only happened because you created a block thinking about it and that's what made you feel like you had one, right? Lots of the times, and this is where like my big thing is coming where I said, like, I'm working to get to those consistent multi 5-figure months, right? And when they don't happen, it's easy to tell myself, like, okay, well, maybe my messaging is off, or I'm not showing up enough, or I'm not magnetic enough, or blah, 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 blah. And your life right now, my life right now, is a direct result of the stories that we tell ourselves. And for me, again, like I said, I manifest a lot of money outside of my business. And I have been discrediting myself. And I've even caught myself saying this, and maybe you have too. It's like, well, why can I do it in other areas of my life and I can't do it in my business? Excuse you, miss? Okay. Instead of utilizing that to, and this is lots of times where we default, and this is where I've defaulted to as well too, we start to go into analyzing mode and figuring out, why is this not happening in my business? Why is this not coming through to me in that way? When that is the exact proof that you need to show that it is possible for you, right? Like I said, you're just being delivered it in the easiest way possible, where there is no detachment, where you already know that it's a guarantee and you're not worried about. And that's when it feels like, again, money comes to you expectedly, in easily and unexpected and unexpected ways, right? Whereas with the business, when you sell, you're expecting to make a sale. When you go on your stories and say spots open, slide for more information, your hopes and your intention is that somebody's going to slide to ask you more info. And when that doesn't happen, there is a disconnect there. There was an attachment to a result that you expected to happen. And when that doesn't happen, a block comes up. So it's, how can you play in the realm of what you expect you get? Okay. Even if it's not going to happen today, and use the proof that you've already gathered in other areas of your life to allow that to permeate into your business. Again, lots of the times that we have expectations in our businesses, goals that we're trying to meet. And it's like, how can you detach yourself from that and allowing that to really navigate who you are and how you show up? Like, what if you just showed up every single day, like the same powerful money magnet you are in your life, and allow that to be in your business? How can you detach yourself from the results while knowing and trusting, like I said, sometimes you just have to get to a point where you're done telling yourself that you're blocking yourself, where you're done telling yourself that you're not saying the right thing, you're not showing up enough, you're not talking to enough people, you're not getting enough views. Like, fuck all of that. Fuck all of that. What if you just led every single day, trusting that the action that you're taking is always building momentum in your favor, and that the universe has better plans for you than you can even imagine? And every single day that you are showing up, it's always this or something better, this or something better, this or something better. And if you find yourself in maybe this little bit of a lull period, okay? Maybe that's just because you are literally preparing yourself and setting yourself up to navigate this space of maybe more chill, more calm, to prepare your energy for what is coming up next. And it's something more incredible than you ever could have experienced, right? It's like, how in the moments when it looks like it's not working or it's not in the way we intended it to be, how can you stop discrediting yourself? How can you celebrate yourself in that moment? Like, to be honest, if you're manifesting stuff in your life, if you're manifesting money unexpectedly, like, you didn't even have to work for that. That's 10 times better than doing it in your business. Like, yes, I'm not discrediting that you don't want to do it in your business. That's not what I mean. But like, that's just proof. Like, you do not have to work more, do more, be more, show up more in order to be an energetic match for that money. How can you apply that to your business? Now, this is not your get out of jail free card. This is not go with the flow. I'm going to show up when I want to, and I'm just going to trust that the money's going to come here. No, you do have to take action. You have to take inspired action to show the universe that you're fucking in it. You're in it to win it, and you got it, right? But it's just, how can you allow that to come to you when it's meant to? And when we can, like, take money off the pedestal, that it gets to come to you sooner than ever. So long story short here is a couple of things. Number one, like I said, the universe is always going to you're always a match for everything it is that you desire, and the universe is going to give it to you in the easiest way possible, the way of least resistance. Okay. Number 2, the fact that you can receive and manifest things in your life, whatever that may be, whatever it is that you're working to manifest, that is not proof that you can do it in your business. Please don't use it that is not as proof that you can't do it in your business. Okay? That's the universe saying you are a fucking match, which is why it was delivered to you. And again, the path of least resistance for how it's going to come to you. And then how can you work on detaching yourself from these insane expectations that you place on yourself? Because I know if you're anything like me, you are a high achiever, you are someone who is a hard worker, you're an action taker, you are a doer, right? And so because of that, lots of the times we have, it's not unrealistic expectations, but we put a lot of pressure on ourselves because we know what we are capable of. And when things aren't happening in our desired timeline or in the way in which we thought possible, we discredit ourselves, we discredit what we've been able to do, what we've been able to achieve. So how can you zoom out and just look at everything from a zoomed out perspective and know that, again, every single action that you take is building momentum, and building momentum creates money. Okay? Exactly like that. So that was my 2 cents for you on that. And if you're really feeling like, okay, I hear you, I get you, I see this, but you're still feeling like I said, where you just keep coming up against the same blocks over and over again, you come up against the same limiting beliefs like I kind of listed out already, then what I would really suggest doing, like I said, is booking an EFT appointment with me. Schedule it in. What that really works with doing is helping you easily and effectively release and essentially rewire your brain to focus on that which you want. Like, I mean, it's no wonder why just in this last week alone inside the Block to Book mini mind, one of the women already achieved that which she desired. She manifested $1,000. Another one had a dream career, landed her dream interview for a dream career. Funnily enough, she's gotten 2 callbacks in this week. Okay, 2 callbacks for dream careers. Another one manifested unexpected money that she had in a 401k from a past employer that she didn't even know that she had, right? Like, that's the things that you start to open yourself up to when you stop limiting yourself with the stories that you're telling yourself. And give me one tapping session, and I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, if you sign a client by within the week of doing that. So thank you all for being me this week. No, being here with me this week is more like it. Okay. And we will see you all next week with your astro highlights for the month and with our rebel astrologer, Kelly Kalusik. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about an EFT session, my DMs are always open on Instagram. Otherwise, you can hit the session link below to book your session, and let's get you unblocked and get you manifesting the money, the clients, the cash, and the opportunities that you desire and that are destined for you. Okay? We'll see you all next week. Bye, guys.